Beneath Singapore's well-groomed exterior lies an untidy element the government would rather not see. Samir and her husband Eddie have been homeless for nearly 2 years. She's a trained makeup artist, he's an ex-policeman who now drives a taxi. Both were previously married and once owned government-sponsored housing. But they lost their homes in divorce proceedings and are now ineligible to rent new ones.
It's quite difficult for me to get a place right now due to the government rules and regulations. We doesn't want to create any problems with the government. What we want is to have a place to stay, that's all.
We can't show you exactly where we are in Singapore because as soon as there's a report about tented communities, the authorities tend to come and raid them. We've been told that since the government got wind of Al Jazeera being here doing a story about homelessness, a number of communities have been raided across the city-state. There are no official numbers, but it's thought hundreds of people live in parks and on beaches. Hundreds more are crammed into shelters and relatives' flats. The minister responsible for this issue declined our request for an interview. But on March 28th, he said, "If you were a poor person anywhere on this planet, Singapore is the one place where you will have a roof over your head, where you will have food on the table." This reluctance to discuss the issue extends to the few charities that help the homeless, none of whom would talk to Al Jazeera. Ravi Philemon grew up homeless and now, in an individual capacity, helps others in a similar situation.
The government and the service providers, they have got to realize that even if they have made mistakes, people deserve a second chance in life. And this second chance have got to be given to them.
But second chances are hard to come by in Singapore. For 8 days of every month, Samir and Eddie can get a camping permit. For the rest of the time, they're forced to be criminals. Breaking the laws the former policeman was once paid to protect. Laura Kyle, Al Jazeera, Singapore.